How's it going, guys? I figured I would make a video today and talk about my prairie dog. She's in this pet taxi. This is my prairie dog. Hey, Roxy. Hey, Roxy. She's scared. She doesn't know where she's at. Come on. This is my prairie dog, guys. This is my prairie dog, Roxy. I got her from, they were doing prairie dog removal, and they use a big machine with a big vacuum, and they put it down in the holes. They put it down in the holes and suck out the baby prairie dogs, and instead of killing them, they take them to the pet stores, which now I believe in New Mexico they're no longer allowed to have prairie dogs. Come here, Luke. Come here. You're being ornery. Come here. Come here. Here. Don't go over there. Here. Here. As I was saying, they're not allowed to sell these guys at the pet store. It's not illegal to own them, it's just illegal to sell them. So I got her as a Father's Day present. She was in the pet store. I'll show you if she lets me get her without getting mad. You're okay. If you see her nose right there, she actually had a nose injury. A lot of times what happens with these guys is, put it back in there, you get an improper cage for them. Get in here, booger. A lot of times the caging people will buy for these guys is improper caging. The spacing on the cage needs to be, on the bars on a cage needs to be half an inch, or they want your attention really bad. So they have a tendency to stick their head out and try to get to you and rub their nose on the bars. These guys need a lot of attention. They're attention hogs. If you don't pay attention to them, they end up getting depressed. And whenever they get depressed, they end up dying. They die of being depressed. If you're thinking about getting an animal like this, if you have enough time to spend with them, like every day you gotta spend a few hours with them. They're great pets. They get real attached to you. They do have a really bad bite. I mean, they got really sharp, long rodent teeth, and they can bite you all the way to the bone in your hand. I have her broken biting and all that stuff I did when they're little. The prairie dogs live in a social environment, so if you're wanting to get one and you don't have as much time as you think you should to own one, it's better to get a pair of females, a pair of them, and get them fixed so they have a companion. She wants back out. Are you gonna be good? Are you gonna be good? Are you gonna be good? You gonna be good? You gonna stay in there? They do, like I said, require a lot of attention and time, and it's better to buy, get a couple of them. That way they don't get lonely. And she's real attached to me, and she gets scared real easy. These guys in the wild only live, their lifespan is usually 2 to 3 years because they get eaten. They have, they're pretty much a food source for everything. Like here in New Mexico and Texas, everything eats them. So their lifespan in the wild is usually 2 to 3 years. In captivity, it's usually 10 to 13 years, their lifespan. And like I said, they get real attached. They are cute. I mean, she got little curly hair. Um, in captivity, the thing that shortens their lifespan a lot is giving them, girl, is people feeding them human food, which their diet consists mostly of hay, of Timothy hay, and you can feed them raw oats. There is some alfalfa. Stay away from alfalfa and all that other stuff. They pretty much all they eat is Timothy hay and raw oats. If you were to feed them a lot of other stuff, it can cause them to have problems. This girl right here had a problem where I had to take her to the vet because I had her too close to the iguana's enclosure, and the background that I have on the iguana enclosure, she chewed up and ate, and it was actually plastic. I had to take her to the vet, and they had to give me some medicine to kind of give her diarrhea, and she pooped out all the plastic, and they had to give her x-rays to make sure that she didn't get lacerations on her stomach and stuff like that. Get back in there. Get back in there. You're being ornery. Get back in there. No, get back in there. Get in there. Get back in there. Anyways, guys, she's never been out here, so she's letting her run around. I can't let her run around in here because I have a lot of stuff that she can chew on. That's another thing, is they chew on pretty much everything. So if you have one of these and you have it in your house, keep a real good eye on them because they, like I said, they chew on everything. And a full-grown prairie dog, she's not quite full-grown, but a prairie dog that size can chew a hole all the way through your wall, like 6 inches of wall, in a few hours. I mean, they chew like crazy. Now, if you're thinking about getting a pet like this, there's a lot of alternatives. Ferrets is one of them. Ferrets make great pets. They're not. We actually have 3 ferrets. They're not as loving. You know, to me, ferrets are more like cats. They don't really strive for your attention. They kind of just, they're pretty neat. You let them run around and play, but they don't really strive for your attention and stuff like the prairie dogs do. I can actually let her outside. There's a lot of prairie dog owners that let the prairie dog run around outside. I can let her run around in the front yard, and she's cool until a car goes by or a big bird flies overhead, and then she freaks out and runs towards me and tries to hide under my feet, or she'll try to climb underneath the house. And that's just her instinct telling her that something's going to try to eat her. And she's, I've had Roxy here. I got her last year for Father's Day. So she is a little bit over a year and a half, I believe. Or she's about a year and a half. She's a great pet, guys. If you watch some of my older videos when she was smaller, they do bark when they get excited. They bark whenever... No, come here. No, come here. Come here. She just wants me to pet her. They do bark when they get excited, and they're pretty cute. They do get mad. She gets mad, and they will bite you. She gets mad whenever I put her up, when she doesn't want to get put up, and you know, you can't blame her. She's out here exploring, so. When they do get mad, they do chatter, they make a crap ton of noise, and they will bite you. She has bitten me hard enough to draw blood twice. And then I learned real quick that whenever I go to pick her up, if I pick her up from under the arms and behind the back, she won't get me. these guys can be quite a bit of brats. If they get mad at you, they kind of shun you, turn their back on you, and ignore you. When she was littler, her cage is set up right where my end table is right next to it. She would poop, pick up her poop, and toss it in my drink if I had a drink sitting there. And, you know, that's her way of telling me, hey, pay attention to me. Like I said, this is Roxy, guys. She is a prairie dog. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, me and Roxy will see you in the next video, guys.